Oh, it's live already. That was quick. Um,
Good intro.
yeah. Welcome to session 12 of In Ella's Footsteps. Jack is not here. He is sleeping, but that's fine. I'm pretty sure he's normally in some state of sleep anyway. So yeah. Um, we'll first of all make people introduce themselves. Then we'll just do a quick recap on what happened last time, starting with Jacob.
And Jacob, we're playing Varys Gallandel, who is a dark elf ranger who has a strange obsession with worms. But yeah, I'm a ranger. I use a longbow, and I have 3 cool magic black arrows, which is gonna be cool.
Mhm. Did we figure out what they did, or do you just know that they were?
We did. Um, I have it written down somewhere, which I will find.
Cool, cool. Okay, Louis.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I am tonight, Ollie, I will be Rael Ending. Rael is a young half-elven woman. She is a wizard, and she has not enjoyed her time since getting off the boat, if we're brutally honest, although she didn't particularly enjoy the time she was on the boat. She was attacked by things on there as well. However, she has a cool new staff, and yeah, she's got to go into the jaws of death. It's probably the best way of doing it is with some nice new kit.
Yep. And Tom.
Hello, I'm Jarrell Galandra. You may remember me as the misquoting sacred texts visionary human rogue out for revenge against that temple which we met earlier. There's someone from that temple. I can't remember what his name was. But I'm fairly sure we met someone.
We did. I can't remember either, so it's all good. But yeah, and then also with the party at the moment is Findon Finn Fossborn Fireforge, a dwarven fighter who has a habit of also misquoting sacred texts, but misquoting them differently to the guys also misquoting them. With them before was also Harren, another wizard who's a Celesti, and Lochvin Rainblur, a human wizard who somehow stumbled across immortality. However, they are both not here at the moment because what happened last session was while travelling through the forest, some strange event happened which chucked them into the abyss or Shadowfell, or other names depending on who called it what. There seemed to be some creature which was speaking to them, and they headed towards the next portal to get out. Lockvin contacted them as a rabbit and told them basically the situation, and that hopefully when they get out they'll be on the other side. And they made their way there, got attacked by some things, zombies, potentially other things. Varys found some cool arrows, as he said, however, cool arrows which are known to be dark, quite deadly, dangerous, dark, potentially evil almost, but he has them all the same. And then they found underneath this portal a big castle, a citadel, which they now have kind of realised they're going to have to go through. Yeah.
Right.
You can see this citadel. It is towering up, kind of Hogwarts style almost, into the sky, and you can see this kind of black swirling, like tornado-like shape, just staying in one place, just falling into the top of it. It's kind of up on a small slope, and you can see like towers jutting up around each side of it. It looks hard to enter without being seen, and you aren't exactly sure how you're going to. When, Rael, you feel a padding at your foot.
I look down.
It's a rabbit. It's me again, Lockfin. I'm still in disguise. I'm a rabbit.
I realised.
Okay. Right, basically, I think I've come up with a plan. This citadel here is home to a rather nasty creature, a wraith to be exact, and he's not very friendly, as you've already seen. Getting through that tower is going to be suicide. But there might be a way to avoid most of the nasty creatures which lie within, and just get you to the top and hopefully out the portal without anyone noticing. There's not going to be the cleanest way, but it should work. You see, there's a... what would you call it? Waste disposal pipe, I suppose, which leads up through the citadel to the top chambers. Now, it's big enough to climb, but yeah, not going to be pretty after it, but you stand a high chance of surviving, I believe.
Sewage pipe. Best you can come up with is a sewage pipe.
Well,
In another dimension, and you want us to climb a sodding sewage pipe. Okay, no, we'll do it. I get it. They're not going to be happy. For me, not so bad. For them, eesh.
yeah, well,
How do we find this pipe?
yes, so, right, yeah, there's a sewage area, like disposal, which the pipe leads up from, well, that's obviously where the sewage is. But yeah,
Follow the smell, I'm guessing.
yeah, you should be able to. You can actually, there's a kind of area to the left-hand side of the hill, it kind of goes under a bit if you loop round. However, there is another problem. Those sentry towers have bows, enchanted bows, which fire upon anything which gets too close. Now, it is possible to avoid them, but they are pretty accurate, so either using stealth or just charging through may work, but you're going to have to be quiet and try not to be hit.
Ooh.
I've got some good news and some bad news. The good news is, according to Lockfin, there's a way up to the top, which will mean that we shouldn't meet anything. Yeah?
Yep.
Great.
The bad news is enchanted crossbows on the way to the sewage pipe that we have to climb up.
So they get sewage.
It's sewage or fight your way past the army of the Wraith that lives there. Or stay in this delightful place. Don't shoot the
Gonna
messenger.
have to go sewage.
This is a hard question. Unfortunately, I guess I'll have to go sewage.
Yes, right, so sewage pipe that way. Me and Harren will continue making our way towards the edge of the forest. We've been tracking the mist, and we do think it will drop you off near the edge, so we'll meet you there. And the rabbit turns and hops off somewhere.
I restrain myself and do not aid him in his journey with a foot. Okay then. Can I work out where these sentinel crossbow things are before we get to them?
Make me a... In fact, no. There's kind of rocky outcroppings, and then there's like towers which rise up, and you can't see because they are quite far away, but you reckon that they'll be on the top of these things. If you want any more detail, then make me a perception check.
Could you use Evgil? Well, I think that's his name. Eagle.
I'm not sending Evgil up to fly around sentinel crossbow towers. He will not thank me. Well, he will not thank me if I get him shot.
Yeah.
Go on, I'll do a first time rolling this dice in anger. Do not let me down. Yeah. That'd be a 14.
Okay. Yeah, so you can kind of see just about with your eyesight, which is probably a bit better than that of probably a bit better than that of Gemwell. These little, you can just see these kind of little shapes. They're just like swiveling a little bit left and right. There's a couple of them in each tower by the looks of it.
That aliens game, have you, Ollie? So I point them out to the rest of the path and say they're there, but I don't know quite what we do about them.
In the foreground, you do have the land isn't flat anymore until the towers. There are obstructions. There's rocks and more dead trees and stuff like that. So it would be possible to move from place to place, try not to be seen, or just
Oh.
leg it.
So the crossbows are on top of the towers, right?
Yeah,
Are the towers more straight or are they pointy?
they're more straight.
So they probably couldn't shoot us if we were right on the base of the tower.
Probably not, but you'd have to get to the tower first.
Oh yeah. Nah, stealth.
But between the tower and the cover is still a significant distance. Like you can move round from like rock to rock, or try and sneak from rock to rock, or just try and run from rock to rock and hope you don't get shot, and get round this stuff round to the side where you guess the shoot is, and you could probably manage that, but going straight towards the towers would be a lot more tricky.
Yeah. Sneak from
Right.
rock to rock seems like a good idea. Or, well, decent idea.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's probably our best bet. Do we spread out? Go one at a time?
Well, you three go in front because I'm not very stealthy.
Oh, could we like create a distraction? Well, we go over there and we put a distraction on the other side.
Yeah, the problem with a distraction is that you will end up attracting. You'll end up attracting attention. The whole point of going this way is we don't want to be noticed. We want to get to the sewage pipe, get up the sewage pipe, and get the hell out of here without being spotted.
I guess it could work as a plan B if we do get spotted.
Yeah, yeah.
But hopefully it won't come to that.
Plan for everything. That's what the prophet said.
Which prophet?
The prophet of wisdom and not getting shot.
What's his name then?
His name was, hold on, I need to Google random name generator. It was quite a long name, actually.
Okay, so what are we doing?
I think send Jamril first.
I
All
think
right,
send Gemrel first.
Take it one at a time. Hope we don't get caught in the open. If we get caught in the open, then we get caught in the open, and we'll have to do what we do. But that's the reason to, get the people out there as quickly as we can.
Indeed.
and see what happens.
Right. Let's do this. Sneak up to the stealth roll check thing. Yeah. Stealth roll is I got a oh boy 11.
Okay,
Off to a great start.
you got an 11.
That sounds menacing.
What? No. No. Maybe. No, an 11 is not enough. So, it is
Even with a
time.
+9.
Could have been worse. You could have got. You could have rolled a 1.
You could
I
have
could have
rolled
rolled a 1.
Could have rolled a 1. So, yeah, basically, you just walk and you think you've managed to sneak, and then you just hear this sound off in the distance. It sounds quite far away.
I didn't actually hear anything then, but I'll
Oh,
assume.
right, there was a very quiet noise,
Okay.
which followed with... One minute. A bolt
Bolt.
not smashing into the floor next to you. Not smashing,
Okay.
wasn't that big, but thuds to the ground next to you, but doesn't hit you. Your foot just literally lifted up and it goes.
Ah.
You nearly made it though, and you managed to get into more behind more rocks before anything else shows up.
Okay. Got somewhere at least.
So you've moved past a couple of rocks.
I feel like maybe staying in one group might not be such a good idea at this point.
It might be a good idea. The question is, do we split up individually or into other teams?
I think one person goes across. When they manage to get there, the next person goes across. When they manage to get there, the next person goes across. And that way, if something is firing at us, it's only firing at one of us.
Aye, the wizard is right.
True. Then again, if we go over individually, they can all aim at one target to try and hit. Not try and confuse them by carrying in more than one.
Well, these are sentient crossbows. I'm not entirely sure if we can confuse them.
I'm happy to go next.
That's fine by me.
Can I make an Arcana roll?
You can?
I want to know what is the most likely thing that these things are targeting based on.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Oh, natural 20.
Okay,
Plus, that'd
so...
be 28.
Yeah, okay, so you reckon?
Maker's Mark is...
Yeah, you reckon it could probably be as simple as movement. It could be movement, it could be sight based. You don't know what kind of incantation or enchantment these crossbows have been imbued with, and they're a bit too far off to actually sense. But you're also in the Shadowfell, so you're not entirely sure, but you reckon from how Jamir was moving, he kind of moved a bit more quickly as he got to the far end, so you reckon it could be movement.
But it's likely to be sight-based, so something that was invisible should be able to get past them.
You'd think that's possible, yeah. I mean, they can't see you behind these rocks, so it sounds like it's sight, but that mean it could also be movement. but probably sight, yeah.
Okay. So Rael says, I'll get Jamril to tell you when I get there. And I haven't got the script with me, so she pulls out, I can't remember what it is for invisibility, but pulls out a pinch of this stuff, mutters, and just you see like she just starts to fade and go very slightly grey from starting at the top of her head and working down, and then you're no longer looking at her, and she pats Varys, just nothing, just pats Varys on the arm and says, "Keep watching. I'll get him to signal when I'm there." So I've just burned invisibility to get me across there.
Yep.
Do you want me to make a stealth check?
Make me a stealth check.
With advantage or
Yep.
not?
Yeah, with advantage.
Oh, for pity's sake, the best I get is 15.
That's enough.
Okay.
Yeah, a few minutes later, you see, yeah,
Okay.
Jamril kind of like do a signal, like
So, yeah,
caw caw caw.
Jamril's over there and just gets the shock of his life when Rael's voice says into his ear, "Okay, I've got to cross signal the next lot that don't come."
I thought they were on to me for a second.
You spent the last 5 minutes going, "Are they coming or not?" Voice gets
Last 5 minutes just going like, come over.
Come on, come on.
I haven't got all day.
I will then just nod and go. I'll go next.
Swith be with you,
Well-
elf.
Elf.
Swith being the elven goddess of speed.
Yeah. Just the way you said elf. Yeah.
Well, he was a dwarf saying elf, so you know.
That
So
makes
it
sense.
works.
Like the film.
So yeah, if you want to make me a stealth roll,
Yeah, stealth works for me. I actually have stealth. So that he rolls a 15 because he's a stealthy
Oh.
stallion. Stealthy elf.
again, that is enough. You also managed to get past without without getting seen. You guys, by the way, you've not got all the way around yet. You've got around a quarter of the way. No, not a quarter, sorry. Like around half the way. You've got a little bit further to go.
Right.
Okay.
Before you're at the actual...
Why did we stop before we got there?
Because Jamril wasn't exactly sure where he was going.
Fair point.
And because I said so.
Well, good point.
Yeah. No, just because I forgot to get Jamril to make all the checks at once. So, yeah. My bad. Anyway, Findon sees that that Varys makes it. And does someone want to roll for Findon?
Yeah, single dice.
Yep.
16 on the dice.
Okay, yeah, no, Findon somehow disappears because that gives him a 19. So the dwarf of all people actually vanishes and none of you can see him. And then suddenly appears behind you and you're like, what the flip? But yeah. Yeah, so you're basically more than halfway there now, and you're kind of in the shadow of this castle. But you are a bit closer to these things, so you're not sure they might be able to see you easier. However, you've not got as far to go.
Cool.
So if you want to repeat the same thing again.
Either that, or I could go out and try and distract them. You guys are running around. It's a bad plan, but it could work.
I think what we've done so far worked fine, so let's try that without trying to
It's
get
just a
someone
bit of a
shot.
lengthy process. But sure.
If everyone wants to make me another stealth roll,
Okay.
Am I still at advantage, yeah?
yep, you are, and then we'll just all play through it.
25.
19.
25
And
with a natural 20
cool, it's 2 already.
and invisible.
Yeah, and can you make one for Jack, Findon? Jack,
I'll use a
please.
dice for Find. That would be a 10.
So this time,
They use the same dice.
you three.
I'm doing this from here on in. I'm doing this the acquisitions weighted way. When in doubt, set light to the dwarf.
Yeah, so this time you spurred on by the fact that the dwarf was sneakier than all the rest of you. You three be really sneaky and don't get seen at all. And so that's going to be a 13. So he starts off okay when Findon starts to come across, but then all of a sudden you just hear this pew, 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 pew. And you just see the dwarf just start legging it towards you, full pelt. As the group of arrows, bolts even, are fired in his general direction.
You just imagine the clanking of his armor. It's
Yeah. It's like the rubbish bins all over again.
oh no.
But nothing hits him. One comes close, but it bounces off his. Manages to bounce off of his chainmail. But yeah, so you all managed to make it unscathed, but not necessarily unnoticed. However, you don't know if these crossbows have any way of warning the wraith that you're there, or what. So you might still be undetected, or you might have been detected now, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does, unfortunately.
Yeah. So you're in the sewer area.
Maris is just holding his nose tightly. Cause
Okay, sorry, carry on.
no, sorry.
When you say sewer,
It's not a sewer. I'm just putting words out the air.
can you describe it to me? 'Cause
Okay,
this was like a sewage pipe.
so basically what it is there's a pipe, which you can see,
Right.
which ends, and then there's kind of just this there's this overhang of the hill basically, and underneath it there's just garbage and stuff just lying around.
Is the pipe vertical?
Yes. It's not
Okay.
too high though, because there's rubbish which is kind of built up around it, so you can actually reach it quite easily.
Okay, so there's a vertical pipe, and it is just so. Does it look like it literally just goes all the way up? There's no bends in it.
Given where it is and the shape of the Citadel, you reckon there probably will be bends.
Okay. Hang on a sec while I check something. Sorry.
That's okay.
Right, that's concentration. Really should get some cards. I can't have 2 concentration spells going at the same time, can I?
No.
Which means that I have to let go of the invisibility. Which I'm not convinced I want to do. So what's the best way of getting up this pipe? So we can climb it. So is it going to be easy but messy to climb to the start of this pipe?
So Varys and Findon and maybe Jambril looking at it would know that this actually looks like quite an easy pipe to climb.
Okay.
It will just be you don't even know how messy it will be. It might just not smell great.
Is there like feces flying out of it at random
No,
points?
there's not that much. You've not seen anything fall out of it yet.
Well, that's good. I've got uncanny dodge though, so.
Quite disappointed now. You're sort of looking forward to it.
I said yet.
Oh.
Yeah. I think I'm going to stay quite quiet and let one of them try and climb it with a rope.
Hmm.
Then you're just gonna get some sort of,
I think I'll leave
instead of
Findon.
invisibility, just get a funny flying spell that will just make you teleport up to the top.
In Misty Step, you have to be able to see where you're going, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Moment.
Rats.
You could misty step halfway up.
Do we have any string? I'm gonna ask around. I'm gonna go. Do any of you have any string?
I have incense.
Or rope?
It's like this long.
Why have you got incense?
Because I'm an acolyte.
I'm fairly sure that one of us had rope. I'm sure we've used rope before. I'm fairly sure that I ended up picking it up, but
Would there be rope? What's in an explorer's pack? I can't quite
I
remember.
think there is rope in an explorer's pack.
Well then, I could with. Sorry, did they say that there was rope here, or it's not? You could just go up.
No, someone will need to climb, and I'm thinking if the person that goes up first takes rope with them,
Oh, okay.
then it's going to make anybody that if Findon takes rope up with him, then anybody that's trying to follow him can do that. An explorer's pack contains 50 feet of hempen rope. Hempen rope, by the time it comes out of this pipe, is going to need replacing.
Well, if the worst comes to the worst, we've got hemp. So if we're stuck in a pipe,
Going into a pipe, so we're taking hemp with us. What kind of game are you running, Ollie?
What? What did I miss?
not much.
Casual.
It was just explaining how if we get stuck in this pipe, we have hemp and rope. So we're all good.
Okay. Right.
Okay, I think. Did we agree on Findon climbing, or did you guys want me to climb?
Definitely Findon goes first. Although wait, if he climbs first and falls, that will be quite painful.
Will
for
anyone
us.
have their sword ready underneath to catch him?
Make a good kebab.
Be the new delicacy, dwarf kebab.
Ooh.
Will Findon be able to reach to be able to climb up?
Yes.
Good.
I think we've all agreed Findon can climb up
Okay.
first.
Yeah.
All right then. So Findon starts to make his way over towards the pipe when you hear a rustling sound coming from around. You see shadows against the side. Lots of shadows.
Oh.
Would these be magical-looking shadows?
No, no, they're not magical-looking shadows. They look like small, well, not that small, creatures.
Made of shadow.
Well, on the wall, you're not sure where the shadow's projected from.
All
But
right, okay.
it is a shadow. It's not. They are shadows.
Can I work out whereabouts that shadow is coming from?
Behind a large pile of rubbish.
Okay, I am going to sneak around said large pile of rubbish.
Mhm.
Grounds that I am still currently invisible, and therefore I stand half a chance of not being spotted.
Make me a stealth check.
Okay, normal.
Yeah, normal.
How does a 23 sound?
Nah, that's fine. You see a large group of rats. Giant rats.
Giant rats.
Dire rats.
They smell pretty dire. That might just be what they're standing on. How many is a large group?
Would the word swarm help?
Oh.
The word swarm would help me to decide what to do about said giant rats.
A dozen or so.
Giant rats.
Yeah.
How big is this pipe?
I may climb this pipe first, after all. Sorry.
You just hear a strange rattle from the invisible rail, running and jumping, just one big leap up this pipe.
Yeah. They are slowly moving round the edge of the pile.
In our direction.
Mhm.
Are they moving in the direction that I've gone around the pile in?
No, you came round from behind.
Okay. So they've got their back to me at the moment.
Yep. Or at least some of them do. Some of them have already left your field of vision, but...
Okay, in which case, if they're moving, if they start to move around, if I can do it before they leave my field of vision, are they within about 15 feet of me?
Yeah, you can get some of them.
Are all of them within? How spread out is the group?
They're fairly spread out.
In
And they were
which case-
probably already moving when you snuck round, so some of them are probably... I mean, Findon can probably see some of them by this point.
in which case, I mean, at the risk of accidentally hitting Findon, I am going to... Sorry, I'm trying to find my notes from last session so I can remind myself exactly what the staff does. In which case, I am going to open up with... I'm going to Burning Hands the rats. Oh, crap, which means that I drop my invisibility spell.
Mm-hmm.
Or do I? Do I? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. What I'm going to do is... Now, I know kind of rats are generally... attracted to... generally scared of cats. They're scared of various things like that. They are also attracted to food, but I can't do that. Okay, I'm going to scare the living daylights out of Findon. Right, between the main body of the rats and where Findon is, I am going to use Minor Illusion, and I am going to conjure suggestions from the floor. There wants to be something that the rats are not going to want to attack. I am going to make a being of shadow and flame appear in front of them. And what I'm trying to do is just drive them back. And mind you, I'm saying that, how big can this be? Larger than a 5-foot cube. So it's going to be a 5-foot tall being of shadow and flame, with shadowy wings and wreathed in smoke, with lines of fire crisscrossing its body.
It's gonna be Findon with a costume on.
Finden's going to add to the pile. This thing heaves out of the air in front of him, but it will have its back to Findon, who hopefully will have the intelligence not to just attack it. Yeah, so it's not going to sound, because I have to have either an image or a sound, but I'm pretty sure minor illusion can exist. So this thing's just going to spread these wings and draw 2 flaming swords right, sort of as close to the rats. Actually, I'm not going to do it right by the rats. I'm going to do it off to one side from the rats. The idea being that it's going to drive them in the direction that I am now while I back off.
It works. You hear them kind of screech in fear and come barreling back the way that you are. Can you make me an athletics check, Louis?
Okay. Do bear in mind they don't know where I'm at.
I know. No, this isn't. This is more because of the fact that it's fairly unstable ground.
And I've got a -1 to athletics, so that would be a 10.
Okay, so you move away fairly quickly, and you stumble a bit, but luckily you don't fall over.
I'm quite pleased about that.
However, the sound from this kerfuffle brings a couple of the rats in your direction. They don't know where you are, but they're more alert now.
Okay, I am going to just stay absolutely still.
Okay. Meanwhile, Varys, Jamro, some of the rats have kind of pulled away from the flaming monster creature, but have caught eyes on you two and are coming your way.
Oh.
What are you doing?
In the spare of the moment, Varys is just gonna pull out 2 arrows, and is just gonna misty step right in front of 2 of the rats and just bam,
Nice.
Cool.
right down into them.
Okay, make me an attack roll.
Would I have to make 2 because I'm using 2 arrows?
Nope,
Yes.
because it's a swarm.
No. No.
Ah,
Uh,
goodness.
You managed
And
to do your own feat.
Natural
Natural
1.
Okay, so what happens?
You accidentally stab yourself in the knees.
Well, as he goes forward, I misty step forward, but unfortunately, I don't misty step in front of these 2 rats. I misty step the other side of them, and I sort of, as I'm still going in for the sort of lunge to get them, but just go flat down. One of them kicks me from behind and get a face full of whatever this odd stuff on the floor is.
Oh.
Smack my head.
You know, take a point of inspiration for that description, Jacob, but yeah, you are now prone, and there are rats all around you. So, Jamro, what are you doing at the same moment in time?
Right, well, I've seen him just go forward, and I'm gonna wait a tiny bit to see how it pans out, because, well, I see him.
This is within the same 6 seconds, though, so... Yeah.
Well, as in, like, the Misty Step is
Yeah.
rather quick.
Yes, it is.
And as I see him appear in front of the rats, I run in and get my 2 knives, and stab the ones that he missed, or at least attempt to.
Make me an attack roll.
Can't remember whether dual wielding is 2 dice. I think it is, yeah. Gee, I'm a bit rusty at this game. Oh. So 22 and 26.
Okay, so yeah, both hit, definitely. Obviously, because one's a nat 20.
Yep.
So, roll me the damage for the 22 first.
Uh, 5.
Okay. Yep, and then roll me damage. And then do all the stuff you do, and then multiply it by 2. So 10. So
Wow.
15. But wait.
Wait, doesn't sound good.
No, I'm just gonna quickly check something. Quickly check something. Because you're an assassin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't try and do what I did.
Okay, no, I can't find what I was looking for. What I was trying to do is think if that was actually the total crit damage, but I'd forgotten that it wasn't a sneak attack.
No, well,
Because the way that being an assassin works with sneak attack is that if they don't have a turn yet in combat, then you have advantage on the attack roll. And it automatically crits. And then you get your sneak attack. And then if you add all the sneak attack damage plus your normal damage together, and then it's a crit. It's a lot of damage. But yeah, but they weren't surprised or anything, so unfortunately that doesn't count. But
right.
still, you definitely kill these two giant rats.
That's good.
Yep. They both screech and don't really fall to the ground because they're on the ground. But yeah, they's dead. Findon jumps forth with his hammer and swings at rats. And yeah, hits both the rats that he swings at, crushing a couple more of them. Varys, there's a couple of other rats around you which are going to try and take a bite out of you.
I'll take a bite of my tush.
One of them is going to hit
One of them bites me booty.
for 3 piercing damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw.
A Constitution saving. Oh.
Yeah, I'd try and manage that if I were you.
16.
Yep, you make it. You feel some kind of strange paralysis come over where the bite was, but it quickly fades.
Woo.
Right.
Still sort of disorientated from strange stuff on me. Oh.
Well, yeah, it feels like forever, but eventually the rats wander off.
Lose interest.
Yeah.
Can I move the illusion?
Yeah, I think so.
It doesn't say that I can. It says it's got a range of 30 feet, but it doesn't say that I can move it.
I'm
But
going to say I
equally,
can
it
move
doesn't
it.
say that you can't.
You have a
It-
fancy staff.
In which case, I'm going to bring it towards me,
Mm-hmm.
in the hopes that, likewise, it will. If it's near me, the rats won't attack.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yep, the rats stay away.
Okay. Don't feel like I'm doing a lot else here. I need to ponder that, but in which case I'm just going to stay quiet and move this thing. I'm going to try and herd the rats the best way I can away from me and away from the party.
Yeah. It hasn't taken much, but these rats have already legged it, really.
Nice.
This creature's quite scary. Their prey hasn't been very helpful. Yeah, they're scuttling back off behind whatever rubbish piles they were hidden behind.
Okay.
They are gone, and you're out of combat.
Good.
Wait, so have all the rats gone, or is it just those ones?
Yeah, no, all the rats have
Okay.
got away.
Turned
am
tail
I-
and fled.
I'm Varys. Will then get up and sort of wipe his face like that was horrible.
It was horrible, yeah. It was very, very disturbing. Anyway, moving on. The pipe awaits. Is Findon still going first?
Yeah, I'd say Finn's still going first. I think he was most eager to climb the pipe.
Yeah, we can certainly say that.
In the meantime, while Findon's climbing the pipe, Rael, who is still invisible, is going to use prestidigitation to try and clear some of the worst of what Varys is completely covered with.
Mm-hmm. You get the worst of it off, yeah, but he's gonna need a wash.
Varys is much appreciated. Offer some wine, which unfortunately is also
Yeah,
covered.
that's okay. I'll have some when we get out of here.
Yeah. Quickly check. What's that place called? It's called that. It's all good. Yes. So, Findon is gonna try and climb the pipe. So he jumps to the pipe and starts climbing. Maybe when I can actually get the dice to roll. Come on. There we go. No. So it takes a couple of attempts for him to actually jump up and actually grab on, and then it is a bit more slippery than you'd first anticipated. So it takes a few minutes before Findon actually gets into the pipe. But yeah, he starts. You can hear him go, doom 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 dum, dum, as he eventually starts climbing.
Shouldn't be that loud.
Sorry.
But yeah, is someone else going after?
No,
We
we're just
give
gonna stay here.
Findon the rope. I think my plan was to give Findon the rope so that he could tie it off when he was.
I didn't.
Wait, did we forget?
No, Findon had the rope. Okay,
Oh,
soon
good.
you hear him come. You see it. So it sounds like he's coming back down. Dum 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 dum. Now the rope is long, but not long enough for how long this pipe is.
Oh,
It's okay. I've got meters. We can tie it together.
I just misty step onto the rope. Something.
I can tie it up some part the way up, where it will be, because it gets less slippery. This is the
Right.
worst bit,
Hmm.
but yeah, it's not basically it's not going to reach the top.
Okay, I guess we can try our luck with the rope as far as it can go.
Yeah.
That always works.
Yep. So you hear Findon dum 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 climb back up again,
Dum, 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 dum.
and yeah, then he stops and then you see the rope fall back out the end.
Yeah.
Who be going next?
I'll go next.
Okay, make me an athletics check with advantage because rope.
Well, I'm not good at athletics, but so 3. I get the feeling my clothes aren't going to be clean at the end of this.
No,
Mine aren't either. It's fine.
or Findon's. So yeah, you do get up. It just takes again. It takes a long time, and you get very messy doing so. Yeah. But yeah, you do manage to climb up and reach Findon. He just looks a bit fed up of waiting already by this point. Who's going next?
Elvaris shall portal
Okay.
the next branch.
Again, make me a.
Well, this is a I got a 3.
Added advantage.
Hey,
Okay.
I got a 3 too.
This is effort, strength plus 3. So that's a 12.
Okay, so it's not very elegant, but you do manage to get up fairly quickly without getting as messy. Given that you've already fallen over once, you don't want to again. And yeah, you climb up to the others. You catch up with Jamril a little bit. And then yeah, Royale?
Has everybody else gone?
Yeah.
Okay. If everybody else, because there's I can't remember the name of the NPC that was with us. Who was?
Handon?
Is it Harem?
Harren's not with you.
Harren's not with us. Okay.
Harren got left with Royale. By
Okay.
the thing, so yeah,
In-
you're.
in which
I mean,
case-
with
Oh, he was the
with
bunny
Lockfin.
rabbit, wasn't he?
No, it was Lockfin was the rabbit.
Lockfin's the rabbit, but Harren is with Lockfin.
Okay.
Yeah.
In which case, Rael dispels the invisibility spell, grabs the end of the rope by the cleanest bit that she can find, mutters and casts fly, and goes straight up the centre of the pipe, carrying the rope with her. So when she gets to the rest of the guys, is there enough room for her to get past them? With a bit of
Just
jockeying.
about, but she might get her clothes a bit messy.
That's all right. I have prestidigitation.
Yeah.
Okay, so taking this end of the rope with me, I'm going to continue to fly as carefully as I can up the next bit of pipe so that I can then tie that off to something so they can then come back up.
Mhm.
Does that look like that's going to get us to the top?
No.
How much further are we? Because we're now about 100 feet up.
Yeah, you're really not sure. This thing seems to go up and up and up.
Okay, in which case I'm going to get up another 50 feet and tie it off,
Mhm.
and then I'm going to fly carefully and slowly to the top of this tunnel.
Mhm.
The spell will last for about 10 minutes.
Yep.
I'm going to fly up to the top of the tunnel and see if A, see how far up it does go, and B, see whether or not when I get up to the top, I can see if I can just kind of stick my head up and have a quick peer around and see what's up there.
Yep. So it doesn't take long for you to actually find an opening to one of the sides of the tunnel.
Okay, I'm more interested in just getting up to the top.
This appears to be the top.
All right, so it doesn't open up into the air; it just opens up into a side tunnel.
This is what it seems like, yes.
Is there light in here?
Yeah, that's how you can tell.
Is there anything coming from this side tunnel?
You can't really see.
So there's light in the main tunnel, but not in this side tunnel.
So you're in the sewage tunnel. There's no light, but you can see this light, like pushing into it. But looking into, if you're looking out into the larger area, like the larger room, you can't see anything in there.
Oh right, so there's the exit from the tunnel is on the side, and it's into. I thought it was into another pipe. I thought it was like the pipe the pipe went up and
Oh
turned.
no.
Oh,
It looks like a room.
okay. Is there somewhere? How far up is that?
It's probably only another 20, 30 feet above where you tied off the rope.
Okay, so they've got about 80 feet to come up, the first 50 of which they can do with the rope.
Mhm.
How long is it going to take all of them to climb 50 foot of rope? It's going to be a while, isn't it?
It will be a fair while.
In which case, is there somewhere I can perch within the tunnel
Yeah,
and wait for them?
yeah.
In which case, I'm going to find that place. I'm going to crouch down with my ear fairly close to the opening and just listen the best I can while they're climbing up to see whether or not I can hear anything outside.
Just to laugh at us while we slip.
Well, at least you've got a rope for the next 50 feet.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not coming down to take it the rest of the way, though, because I'll run out of flight spell.
You wait a couple of minutes, and then you hear a noise above you.
Above, outside the tunnel, above, not
No,
outside.
inside the tunnel.
I thought
As
the
what you
tunnel
thought.
stopped.
As you thought, what was the top of the tunnel slides back and reveals that the tunnel continues.
Oh,
And then in the distance, far above you, you hear a...
I'm going to step into whatever the opening is to the side.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna follow him. That's doesn't sound fun.
Well, you've not reached him yet, Tom, so...
Oh yeah.
The moment you've got the next load of whatever's coming down the tunnel heading towards you, and as much as I look desperately in my set of spells, I can't find anything. Yeah, Learmon's tiny hut will take me 10 minutes to cast. It would stop. It would stop the shitstorm from hitting you, but it's
Yeah.
No, it's not going to wait 10 minutes unless that tunnel's a lot taller than I thought it was.
Yeah.
In which case, I'm going to step out.
Yep. You guys hear this noise coming closer and closer. And I'm going to need either an acrobatics check to try and avoid it, or just a straight athletics check to tank through it and keep climbing.
Go ahead and do acrobatics.
Did you say athletics to try and get through?
Yeah, just to kind of like hold on and keep going.
You know what? Go for it.
20.
I rolled a 2. Am I allowed to use a point of inspiration
Yep.
for a reroll?
Yeah.
That would be
No!
pretty bad.
I rolled a 2 again. God. Have another point. Do it. No.
No. Flip. I just managed to drop my book on the floor and it fell on my headphone cable. Yeah, so yeah, jam roll. We're gonna need to roll. I'll just quickly roll for Findon. It's athletics, which means he got a 17. So yeah, Findon manages to push through it. Jam roll, you avoid quite a lot of it, and Varys, it hits you. And it doesn't. Some of it seems like sewage, some of it seems like waste, some of it seems like bone, maybe. There's a large variety of things, but just between it all, you kind of lose your grip, and
Ooh.
I'm going to need another acrobatic. I'm going to need an acrobatics check to see if you can grab onto the sides or someone.
Oh. 14.
Okay, describe to me how you just about stop yourself falling down a 40 or longer foot pipe.
So it's just me. I'm falling in this pipe. You know, arms flailing about really, because it's not nice. I can't really breathe because there's a browny, greeny, whitish sort of gloop
Ooh, whitish.
coming down. It's just bits of bone. Tom. Jamro. Gosh. And yeah, and then I'm going down, and then all of a sudden, my brain clicks in the few seconds. It's like I don't want to fall, so I just quickly, I'm lunging about, and I find myself what I think is a handle or some sort of something on the wall, and I just grab it. It pulls me down. You hear a click, which is just my shoulder and my elbow just popping. But I've got it, and I smell a lot.
Oof. Yeah, but yeah, you have hold. You fall another 20 feet or so back down, and dislocated your elbow and shoulder, but you have got hold of something on the side of this thing, and the rope is still there, so you can climb back up, sort of, really.
Okay.
But you've kind of at the moment only got one.
I'm able to just hold on until whatever happens gets through. Or is it
Fair enough.
gone? Yeah. Just gonna wait until this empties.
Fair enough. So what are you doing now, Rael?
I'm Okay, so I stepped out of the tunnel into this space,
Mhm.
which I hadn't been able to see.
Mhm.
So what am I looking at now I've stepped out?
You figure quite quickly that this isn't the top of the tower. It's close, but as you've now realised, the pipe does go further up, and this looks like perhaps an area of what would have at one point been a chamber, maybe a kitchen or something, where food would be prepared and then waste and stuff obviously would be thrown down the chute. However, at the moment it's quite bare, but given there's a large fireplace on one side and some elements still look reminiscent of a kitchen.
Okay, there's nobody in here though.
At the moment there's no one in here.
Okay, what I'm looking for immediately, so that like the thing opens. How far above my head was this bit that opened?
Another 5-10 feet.
Another 5 or 10 feet up.
Yeah.
Crap. Okay, this isn't going to work. I was hoping I was going to find something to jam in there so that it can't shut again.
It hasn't moved yet.
Yeah, but it's 10 feet up. How long's it been since I started flying up?
I'd probably say you've got about 5 minutes left.
Okay, in which case, is there anything kind of fairly sturdy, bulky, I don't know, I don't want to use my staff for this, but I'm looking for something that I can just jam in so that when that thing tries to close, it can't.
There's still some fire pokers lying near the fire. They're not going to be super sturdy, but they might do the job.
Okay, I'm going to grab 2 of those, and as soon as the effluent has passed below my current position, I'm going to dive out into the tunnel, scoot up, and I'm going to see if I can wedge myself in somehow above the level of this thing that this bit that moved out. Is there any way that I can jam the pokers in and stop this thing coming back?
Yeah. You fly up after and you manage to get the.
So it's like I'm wedging pokers in where there's a little gap. I'm desperately trying to put them in, so as they come back, they've worked like some kind of wedge,
Yeah.
so that when these guys get to it, they'll be able to get back up.
Yeah.
Okay, in which case I'm gonna carry on up and see how much further this thing goes.
Okay. Yeah. You keep on going another 30 feet, and then reach what appears to be the end, and you can look out. Again, there's another opening.
There's another opening on the side.
Mhm.
Okay, if I've got enough time on the spell, which I should have, I
Mhm.
want to get a little bit past that and just make 100% sure that there isn't another false top.
Mhm. It doesn't seem like this is a false top, and looking out, it looks like this is probably the top.
Okay, in which case I am going to wedge myself back in to try and make sure that I'm not particularly visible from outside, because something through whatever it was that was thrown down. I don't want to meet it on my own if I can avoid it.
Mhm.
I might risk a very slight peer around the corner, but the moment I hear anything or see anything, I'm ducking back in and just staying put.
Yep. So yeah, it looks like probably like the quarters of someone important.
Oh joy!
But you can see to what you think the far side of the room. There's a swirling fog which looks like where you're trying to get.
Inside the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I'm going to duck back and mutter a silent prayer that they get up the tunnel before that vanishes.
Mm-hmm. You wait for 15-20 minutes for you can hear Jamwil and Findon like fairly close, and so half an hour or so passes.
Now.
That's a long time crammed in a tube full of shit.
It's a long time.
Probably
But
get used to the smell by now.
but they do reach you, and it's another 15-20 minutes before Varys does with his one arm, or his one fully functioning arm. So you're in there nearly an hour.
I'm trying to work out whether or not to burn another minor illusion just to clear some of the air a bit. I'd strike a match, but it's probably not a good idea. I see the vision of Varys being blasted back out down the bottom of the tube with his massive fireball.
As I'm falling, I catch myself on the other arm. Dislocate both that shoulder elbow as well.
Okay, so these guys stagger to the top.
Yeah.
I think maybe once they've... there's not really anywhere for them to rest to get their breath back, is there?
No, not really.
In which case, I probably need to, just as they're getting there, step out gingerly into the room.
Whilst I am up, am I able to ask someone to just pop my my bones back in?
Yeah, Findon does it.
With relish.
Yeah.
Don't let him scream.
Oh, that'd be awful.
Yeah, but yeah, you all because to pop out the bones, you definitely climbed up. So you'll climb up and do your stuff, and stand in the room. On the opposite side is the portal to get you back to where you need to be. And in between you and there, you can now see 3 figures.
They've been very quiet for the last hour.
You don't know if they were there the whole time or if they've just appeared now when you've been distracted.
I should have gone for it myself, shouldn't I?
2 of them stay in the shadows, but one of them walks forward. Well, it's nice of you to finally pop in. You made quite a noise in my sewage disposal.
Oh.
You could have just knocked, you know. I would have happily welcomed you in. It doesn't look like you've had the nicest of times, and I'm sorry, but I can't let you leave here now. You see, those undead that you killed, it took me a damn long time to get them all resurrected, and now they're all in pieces. It's going to take me a long time to rebuild all of them, and I've got to start with someone. So, that looks like you are my first volunteers. And we'll leave it with that.
Hey.
I was going to ask, can we volunteer Findon as tribute?
Seems like a nice chat.
Look, we have a starter pack just here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we will, because I know people will need to go. Because yeah, I'm guessing you guys have collegey thing tomorrow, right?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Thursday.
Well, mine's tomorrow.
Mine's tomorrow.
Yeah.
I've
Cool.
got to cycle to work in the morning.
Oh yeah. What?
Lucky.
Yeah. So cool. Thanks for watching. A bit of a short one, but we are missing one player and just unletting stuff. So hopefully we will get back in the swing of things soon.
Yeah.
And yeah, we will see you next time. Bye.
Fortnite.
Bye.
Bye.